So we'll be talking now about AI and its implications for pastoral ministry. So I'm restricting myself to certain arena because tomorrow you are going to have 2 full sessions of details of how to hands-on experience and details about the tools, AI tools. So I'm not going to be repeating those. Of course, I'll be making passing mention of some of the tools here, but then we'll be concentrating more on to the logistics or the logic behind the use of AI and its implications for pastoral ministry. Okay. So before we just move into AI proper, how many of you here have not used AI? Okay, so some of the sisters have put up their hands. And how many of you have used AI? And if I may ask the next question, what AI platform are you using? Okay, ChatGPT. Sorry, I'm hearing only noises, I'm not hearing words. Gamma, Suno, okay. Meta, DeepSeek, my God, updated. Gemini, okay. Sorry? Video Express, Chatbot, okay. Midjourney, how many of you have used Midjourney? Okay, Midjourney, okay. Anything else? Okay, these are some of the AI tools, but you will be shocked to know that these are just a minimum percentage of AI tools that are available, what we are using, okay? And the possibility of AI is such vast, okay? We have not even explored into it. We are very happy with the things that come up now. So we'll be going into a little bit of understanding what it is capable of, what AI is capable of. So let me begin with the question, what is AI? What is AI? That is the full form of AI. I'm asking, what is artificial intelligence? What comes to your mind immediately as soon as you say AI? It does the thinking for us. It's man-made intelligence. It reads your thoughts. It improves our version, okay, enhances our versions. Now I'll put it in one more way. What is the difference between a robot and an AI? Robot. What is robot and an AI? Does robot does your work? Yes. It enhances your capacity, faculties. Yeah, it is able to do. So what is the difference between a robot and an AI? Of course, now the current trend is that robots are all AI enabled. So that is different. I'm asking the basic difference between what is a robot and an AI. Pre-programmed. So what is happening in AI? AI? Okay. The possibilities are umpteen because the AI is able to learn. Okay, so far what we have been doing, what all technology that we have, we create something and it is used as a tool. Very easy. It can be a tool. But now what happens is, AI tool comes there, you ask something, it responds to you and records it. You put the next question, it responds and records it. The third time, even before you can ask, it is able to prepare answers for you. It does the thinking for you. So it is able to learn from your patterns, pattern of thinking, and minimizes your work. Now there is easy possibility of falling prey into making it a master. That is the biggest concern now. Okay? You type something and then it responds. So you are happy with the output. You just copy it and paste it and then your work is done. So this I have faced recently, the past year, I have been addressing a lot of formation houses, different diocesan seminaries, congregations, and for the formees, okay, for the students in formation, this is one exercise that I give them, asking them to prepare an article or an assignment using ChatGPT. Okay, and the exercise that I give them is, you prepare a questionnaire or you prepare a synopsis and then ask AI to enhance it. Okay, and then the next exercise is blind. Just put the topic. Let's say this is a topic, artificial intelligence in pastoral ministry. Prepare a 3-page assignment on artificial intelligence in pastoral ministry. You see the difference. Okay, now the next thing is ask for it for citations. Ask for references. Okay, the third step is ask for references. Now, take your paper, go to the library. Go through the index, take a book and verify whether the citations are right. And invariably, as Father Janith already pointed out, 70 to 85% alone will be right. I would say even 50%. It just adds up anything and anything. Okay? So give them a first-hand experience to help them see where AI can go wrong. Now, why this happens, how it happens, this is what we are going to try to understand. Now, there are certain technical terms that we need to understand now. The next one, this is, okay. So we have just spoken in detail about that. The next one, okay, next. These are some of the key concepts we need to remember when we talk about AI. Anybody understands the word machine learning? What is machine learning? I told you AI is highly potential because of its learning capabilities. Okay, and that is a broader category is called as a machine learning. It is able to learn. Now, how does that learning happen? There are 3 ways in which an AI tool can learn. One is an assisted learning. Say for instance, you are giving some data sets, okay? We call all those, all elements that are fed into AI is called as data set, okay? It can be an image, it can be text, it can be sound, anything, videos, anything can be there. These are all called as data sets. So you have label it and then put it there. It makes a study about all those models and then comes at a conclusion. For example, I'll give you an example. Take a library. Okay, as soon as you go into library, on what basis do you search a book? Subject wise. So that is one label. So I put all books, let's say I'm taking book on psychology. Okay, that's the broad category, that is a label. So I take 50 books on psychology, put it there and ask AI to read that and categorize it. So it reads that, indexes it, makes all the keywords and all the searches, everything and keeps it. You give the 51st book, it will say whether it fits into the category or not. This is machine learning, okay? You give a set of data and then it analyzes it and you give a fresh data, it is able to find out yes or no. So in digital terms, 0 or 1. 0 means no, 1 means yes. So digital terms it turns into, so it learns from a data set. That is machine learning. Okay, now here there are 3 types of learning. One is an assisted learning where I say these books are all psychology books. So I give it to you, learn it, categorize it. Now I give the next book, it is able to find out. This is assisted learning. Unassisted learning is the next thing. I don't have a category. So I have 100 books. I throw it into the computer system. It reads through it, indexes it, makes its own partition. So these are all psychology books. These also deal with pastoral theology. This comes under counseling. It makes a division among itself. And then you give you the 101st book, it will say which category it follows. This is unassisted learning. This is second level. And the next one is reinforced learning. That is where this generative AI comes into play. It gives an answer, you say, good, this answer is good, I'm going to move further. You are reinforcing it with a positive word and then it learns to the next stage. So it says this is affirmed, this data set is valid. Or I react and say, no, what you have given is wrong, this is the right solution or the right reflection or the right citation. If I give it with a positive thing, then it makes a correction. Reinforced learning. So I travel along with the data system and then try to assist it to learn. Okay, so 3 kinds of learning: assisted, unassisted, and reinforced learning. This is machine learning. Now what happens in deep learning? This is a subset of machine learning. It goes into a deeper level. Our brain works in a kind of neural networks, okay? Multiple layers of understanding, multiple layers of categories. That is what is happening in deep learning. Now why we need to understand the difference between a machine learning and deep learning is, I will come to the application part of pastoral application of AI. At that time, this will mean a lot. Machine learning requires simple amount of GPU power. Janit was mentioning about GPU power. Okay, computation system, the system computes, okay. So if you have, like for instance, Mother TV, we have started a process of creating an AI tool where we have already started to try to feed the Tamil Catholic official version of the Bible into the data set, because you search in Tamil in your website or your Google or anything, you get only Protestant versions or old versions. The latest version doesn't come up in the search engine. So we are trying to feed it with the official Tamil language. So how do we calculate the cost? It is computational. How much GPU power is used? So if your data set is limited, you can be happy with machine learning system. But if your data set is complex, let's say the entire compendium of the Catholic Church right from the beginning till the end, okay, thousands and thousands of pages of material, you need to be translated into Tamil, and then it has to be uploaded, and then data set has to be created. There you need a deep learning. That requires heavy computational system. So it requires a lot of investment there. So that is the difference between machine learning and deep learning. But of course, slowly the system will go into deep learning system. And the next one is the NLP, not the NLP that Mr. Magime is handling. Okay, NLP is natural language processing. If you remember computer languages, earlier in old days, when you had this 486, 386, how many of you used that? One green screen or a blue screen, and then you keep typing, the letters keep popping up one by one. Or in the old films, you will see that CRT monitors, okay, cathode ray monitors, and then you will have the letters coming, the 386 system, okay. Those were the old systems. How were you able to operate that computer? You need to learn a particular language called as MS-DOS, or you need Unix. Okay, Unix. So you need to learn that specific language and then communicate with the system. So that was first stage. Next, Windows 3.1 came, 1999. I was doing a first year of college. I still remember the system, first time it came, and I still remember that, what is the screen. Now all the systems have got wallpapers, right? That time the most famous wallpaper that was available was? Yeah, but the wallpaper. Anybody remembers? Yeah? Yeah, icons were there. The first time we had the icons and the mouse with the ball. Okay, optical mouse. That was the first time it came. So you can use capacitive touch and then use on the screen graphical user interface. GUI was introduced. And the display was the movie Titanic. Okay, Jack and Rose sitting on the deck. That picture was very famous because that was the only high resolution picture that was available at that time. Otherwise you had that standard Windows like that one wave, one images. That is Windows 3.1. After that it came bounds and bounds and bounds. The language kept changing. And when Google came, you were able to put any text and it was throwing answers. Now with ChatGPT and Gemini, all those things, no? You have live dialogue, conversation. You can just simply put your headphones and go on chatting with it. You can see youngsters doing the chatting. They are bored, they are sitting in the airport terminal. You are thinking earlier we used to say anywhere and everywhere they are on call. Now they are no more on call. They are chatting with Gemini and they are chatting with AI. It gives them company. Whatever topic you throw it, it will respond. Natural language processing. Such a complex thing, it is able to understand. And the speciality is, it will talk in your terms. If you have continuously used ChatGPT for your articles, you can realize that once you prepare your article, you write a little bit and then put it there and ask it to embellish it. After 3 or 4 articles that you have done, the 5th article when you write, exactly how you form your words, how you form your grammar, it will be there. That's why it is very difficult to identify whether your assignment is prepared in AI or you have simply copied from the books or you have written by your own. It's very difficult because it learns your language and responds in the same manner. So a teacher who doesn't have a tool to decipher the language of a system will not be able to find the difference between a computer generated text and your text. It just mimics not only the text, your voice, your timbre, the level of diction. In fact, yesterday I was showing them, I have cloned my voice in AI. So I just need to type my article, it will do the voiceover in my own voice. So yesterday in the airport, I was just showing Father Adakilam. So it is your voice, but it is talking in American English. I said I used that accent and trained it. So now it talks in that American slang. Now if I talk in an Indian slang or a Malayali slang, if I talk, it will simply mimic the same thing. It is able to learn natural language processing. That is these are some of the highest potentials of AI. Okay, so this is where the danger comes. Okay, the next one. Okay, the broad classification, most of you may be knowing: narrow intelligence, general intelligence, super intelligence. Now where are we? At what stage are we? What is narrow? Yes? Anybody? What is narrow intelligence? Of course, we start from the top tier, okay? Super intelligence. What would be super intelligence? It is highly hypothetical. I have just put it there. It is highly hypothetical. So, what is super intelligence? You have seen the movie Transformers, or what is that? Yeah? Sorry, the movie, science fictions, Terminator series, if you have seen. The machines take over. Okay, machines they are able to do everything. RoboCop, these are all some of the concepts that have kind of super intelligence, where it can replace human beings, but that is highly hypothetical. It is not possible. So if that is super intelligence, what is narrow intelligence? Now you were sharing your experiences of using AI tools, right? AI tools. Most of you were listing out some of the AI tools. Now what can ChatGPT do? What it is possible to do, ChatGPT? It is able to generate text, then a little bit of images. Now image generation is also added there, little bit of image generation. What does Gamma do? It prepares PPT, PowerPoint presentations, and websites. It does websites, okay. Now, can Gamma create music? Now somebody was mentioning about Suno AI. Suno is a AI tool which can generate music. Okay. Now in Suno you cannot generate text. Now tell me, what is narrow AI? Yeah? It can do wonderfully a specific task. Now AI is being used in the fields of research, in the fields of medicine, in the fields of defense. All these fields are used, but it cannot be used cross-platform. A self-driving car cannot do a cataract operation. You understand the difference, no? This is narrow intelligence. It is able to do a particular task. Now, most of the people, when I share my experiences of using AI tools, they ask me, what tool do you use, Father? I am at a loss because I don't use one tool. For one production, I make use of 6 or 7 tools. I generate the text in one and transfer it and convert it into a script into another one, do the visualization in another one, do video generation in another one, create music in another one, compile all these things and then put it there, upscale it in another platform. So much of, because it is narrow. One tool cannot do multiple tasks. Now, you know what is narrow, you know what is super. Now what is general? Yeah. So are we there? Not yet. Now I'll give you one simple example. I'll take the example of a robo, okay? I am programming a robo and training it to move a kind of a mic stand from here to this place, okay? So it does a scanning and finds out, okay, this is the microphone. It picks it there and then keeps it here. It is able to perform. Now I can also program it, take it, switch it off and put it there, it will do. It is able to do. Now, general intelligence will be why I picked that mic. Now, if I decide to take the mic from here, I have a reason for that. I find it disturbing. Okay, somebody is taking photograph and the mic is standing there alone. So I want it is disturbing, so I'm taking. I have a logic behind my action. That cannot be replaced. That cannot be replicated. That cannot be algorithmically built up. So that logical reasoning, the transition from repetitive tasks to a logical reasoning and going to the next level will be general intelligence, which is not yet. But they are trying. They are trying. And Elon Musk, people like Elon Musk can say by 2030 it is possible that we can create, because cars are able to do that. Self-driving, how many of you have gone through self-driving cars? travel by self-driving cars? Okay, if you have gone abroad, you would have had that experience of self-driving cars. You just go and there is some obstruction there, it will slow down here itself. It is able to do that, sense. So a little bit of logical is being added now. And also now you see, some of you said that you are using DeepSeek. How many of you have already tried DeepSeek? How do you find it? Better or better? Is it faster than ChatGPT? It adds, if you see in the bottom, there is one tab which says reasoning. Okay, there is one tab that, now they have also added it in ChatGPT, reasoning. Okay, so slowly we are transitioning to it, but still not yet, okay. So these are broad categories. Okay, from here, we are going to the next one, that is generative AI. This is the most prominent thing that we are using. All the AI tools that we are talking now is all generative AI, which is a part of artificial narrow intelligence. Now, generative AI uses large language models and task automation systems, okay. This is how it makes use of it, and then it responds in a natural way, okay. All your ChatGPT or Midjourney, all those things, everything comes with, you give in a prompt and it responds to you. Now the question comes, your efficacy of your content will depend on how you generate the prompt. That is what they teach in a lot of places. They call it as prompt engineering. Okay, there are a lot of prompt engineering. You simply put there, it will not work. It will work, but then it will not work according to your expectation. Okay, you need to tweak a little bit. Now I'll just put a few pointers here. This is not conclusive or exclusive. Plenty of things are there. It takes a lot of trial and error for you to train the model. The next slide. Okay, these are some of the points that we keep in mind when we create a prompt. Clarity, specificity. Okay, don't simply put like prepare an article on AI. It is vague, it is general, you are hitting it in the cloud. Okay, instead of that, how else could you phrase that? How else could you keep that clarity and specificity in mind and then change this prompt? I want an article on AI. So if I have to be clear and specify my target, what could be there? Any suggestions, any input from there? To be clear and specific? I'm saying write an article on AI is a generic prompt. It may not work properly. It may not give you what you expect. Now if you want it to be specific, what could you add? Yes? You start with the definition of AI. Yes, yes sir. Purpose of AI for class 12 students. I leave out the first part of that comes later. The clarity, the specificity. The purpose of AI for class 12 students. So you need to mention it with clear goals. You need to give the proper goals. The next one, define the purpose. For what you are using that. Is it for generating? Is it for suggestions? Is it making a summary? Is it making an evaluation? Is it making a comparison? Your objective. You need to mention that. Make a comparison between AI in the current generation and the past generation. Comparison. Analyze the impact of AI on teenage students. So something like that, okay? So define the purpose. Provide the context. Context. In which context you are. I am going to address a group of media professionals. I need. So that purpose has to be, the context has to be given there. Set constraints and format. Limit your, you were saying, 100 word, 500 word presentation. Okay? And so much of paragraphs, so much of sub-points. And if you are creating slides, 20 slides on this topic. Restrict it, okay? Otherwise it will simply throw. Role-based prompts. This is one very interesting thing. So one of the things that we do is, you are a media professional, so your task now is to prepare a so and so and so and so task. So you give a role to AI and then ask it to mimic the role. So role-based. Encourage deep critical thinking, evaluation, questioning, comparison, all those things. Critical thinking, make it, you are helping in the learning of the AI systems. Iterative refinements. Now you put a prompt. Now some of the images here are AI generated, okay, in my presentation, some of the images. So I put a prompt there. Now, since it is a prompt, I had some prompt and then with the AI, so it gave a robo and a background, there is some programming language, some is there. So if I'm not happy with it, I refine that prompt, keep on refining. Yesterday I was trying for a group photo, okay, group photo of, let's say, a group of people interacting among themselves. So it was, as soon as I put group of people interacting, that is the first prompt I gave. So what image it came? It came with a westernized image of a group of people standing. Now I said, put an Indian image in the context of a village. So the background became with all palm trees and then all with saris and all those things and all with tilak. Indian context. So what I put? Indian Catholic crowd. So I changed background of a Catholic church. So background, there is a church and there is a priest there, a sister there, and so it keeps so refinement. So you keep on refining, trial and error only. It's only hit or miss. Okay, just keep trial and error. So that's how you create a prompt and then you bring the response from it. Okay, the next one. Okay, now after understanding all these things, now we ask the basic question: what is AI? What it is not? AI is a tool that enhances your capabilities. It enhances, yes. It does much better than what you can do. But it is not a substitute for human being. It cannot substitute emotions. It cannot substitute personal interaction, which is the hallmark of our pastoral ministry. Okay, all our pastoral ministry is bound with that personal contact, emotional bonding, which cannot be replaced by any AI tool. So that we have to be very clear. So when we are talking about AI tools for pastoral ministry, now the question will come, I'm making use of these tools for what? What I'm able to achieve is one question. I'm able to achieve a lot of things. But for what? That purpose has to be defined properly when we are approaching AI tools for pastoral ministry. Now I bring the engaging in using AI. So making a two broader categories of division using AI tools. That is one predominant thing in our mind. And some of my friends were also asking, are you going to introduce some tools? Do we need to bring the laptop now? So I was telling them, no, tools, we have a dedicated time tomorrow. So all the tools will be introduced, hands-on experience, everything is tomorrow. So we are not going to talk about the tools now. But that is one element of engaging with AI, making use of the AI tools for our pastoral ministry, like generating sermons and generating categorical videos, okay? Your social media content, Instagram posts, anything can be done with AI tools. So content generation can be done with AI tools. So that is one. The second thing that is more concerned is creating AI platforms. It's the biggest challenge now. Some of the fathers and sisters whom I have met have already into this arena. They are already trying to create. They are getting professionalized into this, and then we had some proposals also on kind of AI tools, preparation of AI tools. And one of the efforts by Mother TV is also the Regional Communication Center of Tamil Nadu. We have already started to create an AI tool for Tamil Catholic content. We have already started the trial. We have already started. So creating AI tools. And then the key considerations that have to be kept in mind is, because we talked, AI can be confidently wrong. It can be confidently wrong. Hallucination. Okay, AI hallucination we call it. So we have to be ensuring the accuracy. We have to be sure about the theological alignment. We have to be in line with the teaching of the church. And then we have to network. Now this network is very, very important, because so far, as our own experience will tell us, we have been into different regions, right? Different regions in Cygnus, India itself. So many regions. And each region is powerful in particular kind of media expression. There is television there is individual media productions being done, media trainings being done, art forms are being done. So much is being done within India in different regions. But what is the level of collaboration? Okay, so that is a big question when it comes to AI tool generation. That collaboration becomes a very, I mean, our Cardinal also mentioned that, right? Our net worth is defined by our networks. So very, very profound statement, which is the need of the hour. Now, our traditional understanding or handling of media is that I have got a compendium of truth. I have got the absolute truth and the best truth. All of you come to me for the truth. That is the traditional kind of understanding of media experience of the church. Or it will go into an evaluative mode. Like for instance, when it was in the print medium, okay, what was the primary motive of print medium for the church? Evangelization then against false teachings. So this is the truth, this is the absolute truth. So you come to this is the compendium of truth, so you have to listen to this, okay? It comes with that. When it came to cinema, although the content was all Bible based, okay? Earlier films, everything was Bible based films, you know that, okay? You must also have collections of all these Bible movies and all. So earlier films were all Bible based films, but church did not directly enter into film production. But what did it do? It entered into an evaluative mode. It said this is okay, this is not okay. Miranda process? Miranda process, you know the document, right? It made an evaluation. So either it will stand out and say I have the truth, or it will say this is okay, this is not okay. Kind of a overseer, master. Now when it came to digital media, that was the challenge. That's why Pope John Paul II used the word modern Areopagus. Redemptoris Missio, he uses this word, modern Areopagus. Areopagus is a place where Paul took the ministry outside the confines of Jews. Okay, so that is a very profound statement. And now we can safely put it as contemporary Areopagus. And Pope Benedict uses the word digital continent. Digital continent. We need to evangelize the digital continent. And also he uses one more word. If you are not there, your place will be taken up by someone else. That's a digital content. And now you evaluate your experience with your youngsters, youth groups and everything. They are in a different world altogether. There is a demarcation between all generations, okay? Generation X, Y, Z and all those things. They are in a different world altogether, different continent altogether. And we are standing outside in the traditional format and saying, come to me, I have got the truth. Nobody will come to you. Because their language, their vocabulary, their world is different. So Pope Benedict says that is a digital continent. You need to get inside to evangelize it. And since Pope Francis talks a lot about hope, he calls it as a promised land. Rich with resources available, you need to go there. Open up your heart, listen with the heart, get into the spirit, smell of the sheep, all those things he keeps on talking, get into that. So in my own way, I understand this as a kenotic spirituality, an incarnational model. Okay, no more that standing away, incarnational model, get into that. Okay, and then what is the kenotic spirituality? Philippians 2, okay, so not standing there, holding my divine nature, but then getting down into the shoes of the human being. So that is the kind of approach that we need. Collaboration, network, that is very much important. We need to put our resources together to permeate into that. So now the challenge with creating AI tools is that it is heavily costly. You need to invest so much in creating AI tools. You need to buy GPU power, and you cannot it is not like buying a computer system and putting it in your office. Okay, it is tons and teraflops of data that is being transferred. So it is not possible. You need to hire it. Some of you who have used Midjourney and things like that, you will have credits coming there. If you are using free versions, you cannot use fully, okay? There is a restriction with credits, 60 credits, 40 credits, and you generate an image, your credits come down. That is computational power. So you pay by that. So that is how it goes. It's a heavy, costly affair, and then it requires expertise. You need to study that. You need to be trained in that language, okay, language learning model, which is not our forte. Now, where is our forte? We become contributors. How become contributors? We are using ChatGPT or Gamma or whatever, Midjourney, everything, and we are trying to generate images. Now, as Janith already pointed out, it takes from somewhere, data set that is available somewhere. Someone's work, someone's things keep coming there. Now, the problem is, my content is not there. Our Catholic content is not there. Our Catholic resources are not there. You just go, even in English, you just go for a Sunday sermon. What is the prominent things that come there? After 3 or 4 Catholic sermons, what comes there? Yeah, all diverse churches, you do not know whether which is right, which is wrong, which is the idea of the church, which is the interpretation of the church, we do not know. We are confused because our data is not there. How many of our congregations or our dioceses have got website? What is the content there? The most static content that one person can have is our websites. You will find some of the individual priests having websites so dynamic, so updated. Okay, their own seminars, their articles, blogs, or their activities, everything is being documented in their website. So interactive, calling for virtual chats and things like that. So beautifully done. That is what is required. We become contributors. We have a lot of resources with us and we need to put it there. Now, how do we put it there? How to make that content available for it? Start writing. Instead of simply putting good morning, good evening, God bless you, images, just sharing in the thing, prepare some reflective materials and share it with all these digital platforms. Whatever platform you are there, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, whatever is there, you need to start populating it with proper positive content. You are your strength. That's why I put it as our forte is the content. We are rich with content. There is no dearth of content in our mind. So we need to use that, create content. I may not be tech savvy. I may not be very comfortable with the latest trends and things like that. That's where AI tools come to help. You need only your content. You need to write a few lines and then AI will do the rest. You can make use of that, becomes a slave for you. It does the work that you have to do. It does it and then the job is done. So you become contributors there, being the part of that repository. AI models are learning from either it be Google or whatever is Microsoft, whoever has got this data sets, it learns from there. Now there your content has to be there. So you see the change of attitude. I have the content, you come to me, you make use of this app and then you come here, you listen to me, I have that. Nobody will come to you. Now what we have to do, I need to take my content and put it there where they are searching. Now that is where, if you simply dump it there, it is not going to happen. There is something called a search engine optimization. Okay, and then playing around with the algorithm. When you put a YouTube video, it doesn't come immediately, the next day it doesn't become prominent. You need to work on the algorithm. You need to create tags. You need to do keywords. And all those things have to be done to promote that video to come up. All those things have to be done. When you do that and then share it with a lot of people. Instagram or all these things work with engagement. Okay, you share a post, you like it, you share it, immediately it goes to the next person. The network grows. So this is how we can do. Start spiraling it, start populating it with a lot of positive content, official content. Again, keep the key considerations, accuracy. Before you share anything, be sure that it is the right. Because online is galore with misinformation and disinformation. So you need to be cautious, talk the truth. Okay, accuracy, theological alignment and collaboration. Now, how many of you have got YouTube channels here? Just put up your hands. Okay. How many of you have subscribed to the other YouTube channels? All the others? This is where our collaboration begins. Collaboration, okay. I have an Instagram video, a reel. I put it there. I collaborated with the next person who has got 1 million views. And my views grows and his channel grows and mutually we keep. So we need to collaborate among ourselves. Collaboration is the key. Okay, that is how the network works. Now in that collaboration, as content creators, I come together and my following will be there. My students or my wards or my people, my parishioners, my community, all those people will fall into that. Okay, so we are creating a huge network of positivity. Next. Okay, so what are the broad categories where AI tools can come into place? Evangelization and faith formation. You must have you seen that AI tool Magisterium? Magisterium AI, very beautifully done. And you have also, there is a survey there, so you can use it for a couple of days and then find and then suggest there what all things you need as improvement and then interact with it. You can help it. All the official documents, the source, there is a tab called a source. You go into that source, you will see all the sources there. You remember something that is not there, you suggest it there. They will immediately add it there. So it's a beautiful thing. I would be very happy if something like that comes in our vernaculars in India. So evangelization and faith formation. Parish administration. Okay, now many of the parishes already have gone into the smart apps. Okay, they have apps for your registry, parish maintenance and all those things they have come. So we can invest in AI tools for the parish administration, pastoral care and counseling. Now, even in well-established hospitals, the first level of what do you call that, diagnostics and the first level of counseling is all done through virtual chats and chatbots. we can integrate it into our parish websites, where for the initial queries, like for instance, what time is the mass today, the chatbot can explain. You need not wait for the parish priest to take up the phone and then answer at 6 o'clock there is mass. The chatbots can do that. You can have a smart app where these things can be done. And the thing is, the next one very important thing is integrate AI into formation. Now, I have been talking to the formators also, suggesting them, telling them now the biggest question that they keep asking, should we allow our seminarians to use mobile phones? So I simply ask them, do you think they don't use it? So what will be the answer? They are using it, but we are not allowing it. Why? They are staying there for 3-4 months, okay? And then they are having a break, they go home. 24 hours they are in the phone. Instead of that, you train them how to use that cell phone, how to harness it for ministry. Then that is becoming a positive. But still in the hierarchy there is a little bit of discussion. Still it is not universal, okay? Especially in religious congregations, still they have not yet permitted. Some of the diocesan seminaries have opened up, but then there is still going on like that. So seminary formation, we need to give that digital literacy, okay? We need to bring that AI assisted theological learning. And initially when we were seminarians or when we were in the formation, you'll remember we had handwritten magazines, articles we were writing, we were publishing as blogs, okay? And time and again there'll be magazines coming, then we used to write articles, some books were being published, Sunday sermons, brothers used to write Sunday sermons, publish it as a book. These were all happening in the seminary. What happened now? Now it has to be transferred into online. They have to do it, they have to make contributions online. We need to train them how to do that. Instead of finding fault that they are spending most of the time online, tell them what they have to do online and give them the resources for that. We need to be aware. So digital literacy, next one. Okay, the challenges. Now, all these things you will know already. I'm not going to depth of that. When we talk about the challenges or privacy concerns and all those things will come here. You know all these things, okay? The next. Okay. I'm just concluding it with the call of the church for AI ethics. 6 terms that you need to keep in mind. Morning, Bishop Polimera, he was mentioning some of these words there. Empathy and all those things. Okay, transparency. When you are using an AI tool, be sure to reveal the fact that it is AI generated. Don't claim the credit for yourself saying that it is my own. If you are using, so that's why I told you, most of my presentations, I use a lot of AI tools. So that has to be mentioned. Now, if you're having a virtual chatbot in your website, you need to put a disclaimer saying that this is AI. This is not a person answering. So it is AI. So you need transparency. Inclusion. Now, the biggest problem is the bias, okay? We were talking about filter bubbles, okay, virtual echo chambers. These are the words we were hearing in the morning. So you can form into a small filter bubble for yourself, excluding the others. The diverse thoughts may not be included at all. But our concern has to be a concern of inclusivity, accountability. I need to take responsibility. One example of that AI-enabled attack systems, okay, nobody takes responsible for it. Let's say there is on the border, for the defense they use an AI system which scans. If there is someone crossing in, it fires. Okay, now I can make use of it and then damage a person. If a person dies, who takes responsibility for it? What will they say? Malfunctioning of the equipment. So moral responsibility is gone, accountability is gone. So that is one big question. So when we create an AI tool or when we are part of AI, we need to be accountable. Impartiality. All it is corroborating with inclusion. Okay? Impartiality, fair and equal importance. Reliability and security. Test 101 times before you give it out or mention it as beta. Beta is for testing, okay? So mention that it is a beta stage. Like for instance, DeepSeek is in a beta stage now, okay? Beta stage. So once it is picking up, then we'll have the difference. So reliability and security has to be human-centered. Now we are creating all this technology only to assist human beings, not surpass human beings, replacing human beings. Instead of getting 4 people to work, I can finish it with AI. Yes, but then they also have to be fed. Keep that in mind so that these concerns have to be there. So this is in general what we have been talking about, and the caution from Rome. The next one. Okay, this is theological last. Finally. Okay. So I think I have covered everything. The last. Okay, for further discussions, these are the questions I just raised here. Training in AI skills during formation becomes a point of discussion now. You need to take it up in your different areas where, right from the formation, because we are talking about pastoral ministry, right from the formation, we need to instill, or even in the stages of youth formation, catechetics, everything, AI has to be integrated. Integrating AI, what, how in the pastoral ministry. AI's role in your ministry, how much of AI can be incorporated into your ministry. Safeguards, what are the safeguards we need to be. So these are some of the discussions that need to go among ourselves for the use of AI. So some of the resources that just mentioned here, Rome Call for Ethics 2020, Laudato Si 2015, Fratelli Tutti, Ethics in Internet, and the recent messages of Holy Fathers have all been dealing with AI. So these are some of the references. Okay, so this is how I may be after 60 or 70, I think. This AI generated my avatar. Thank you. So if there is any question, yes.
Anyone have any questions?
Hello, Chief. Father, in your experience, what are the challenges you observed or difficulties that you observed in AI practicing?
One big menace that I feel in using AI tools is that sometimes I become lazy. Okay? I put it there, after some time, I start with all earnest desire, saying that finding out, I will do my contribution, I'll write a write-up and then have it AI to do that. After 2 or 3 points, the fourth point, automatic generation from AI. Because you become tired, you become lazy. Afterwards, you see, the next day you read the article, you see the difference. First 3 points are different, the fourth and fifth automatically generated by AI, then I realize I have gone wrong. So that one big menace that I find is, finding it so helpful, sometimes I can give into making it into a master. So that is one major disruption I find in using AI tools.
Jackson, I would like to appreciate you much. Many times knowledge disturbs me. You have liberated me. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Father. Thank you, Father.
In Kumbh Mela, more than 3 crores Hindus from all over the world turn up. They don't need any AI or any, they blindly believe in the religion, whereas we Christians are very much worried about the morality, about many things of AI.
Yes. Sorry.
Sorry, yeah, just to add to Father, Kumbh Mela's VIP treatment is completely aligned by AI tools. They are using very strongly.
Yeah, yesterday I just had a discussion with, while we were traveling from the airport, we were discussing, Father S. Joseph is here. He was sharing some of the experiences, how strategically RSS has been doing certain things and then promulgating it. So, as Stanley rightly pointed out, AI is being used also for promotion of all these gatherings. Yes, it is being done. What we started, they have taken it to the next level and we are finding it difficult to even find a place there. Yes, sir, you wanted to add something?
Father, if I may ask you, now we are in 2025. By the end of, say, let us say 200 to 2100, how do you look at this AI?
This is one big challenge because we keep updating and reading a lot of articles. There are promising things that keep coming as people are talking about artificial general intelligence and all those things. But we are not very sure how the technology, because we never imagine, because this the talk of AI started from 1950, but now it has taken great momentum, okay? Now the technology, the transfer of technology goes at a very unprecedented speed. Okay, so that is unimaginable. So we do not know what is in store. For the next 2 years itself, we do not know how it is going to fare, in what all fields it is going to come. So I am too blind, expectant of, only thing is keeping abreast with the trends that are going on and keeping updating on our skills. This is our purpose. We do not know what is there in future.
Father, now AI can write scripts, Father, if you give some characters, attitudes, etc., it will come out with lots of scripts, Father. There is a discussion that after 1 or 2 years, the production centers will have a setback, because it can produce films, it can write scripts, and it can do anything, whatever it wants. Do you treat it as a challenge, or it's a scope for better creativity, Father?
Okay, now I just would like to quote one of the editors with whom I spend time. He is a film editor. So I had a chat with him. There is one AI tool, LTX Studio, if you have time, but then it is not free. Okay, it is not free. You have to pay and then use it. And they were using it. So what he told me was, AI will not replace editors. AI will not replace content creators. But content creators who are not AI trained will be replaced. Because that is the power of generative AI. That's where it responds to the prompt. So I can simply create a visual story making use of the parable of the prodigal son. It will give a beautiful script. And then it will create if you want, you can try, even this evening you can try in your ChatGPT, prepare a visual script, okay, video script for a short film based on the story, parable of the prodigal son. It will give you a beautiful story. Change the context into a city context, it will do. Give an alternative ending. The father becomes a villain, the elder son becomes it will do alternate ending. It is all possible, but it goes with the creativity of the prompt being generated. So that creativity can never be replaced. That's where I see. So I see there is a lot of possibility there in AI, and I can become a slave to that. And there is an initial spur. So now when I give a prompt, when I see an image coming there, wow, this is beautiful. But after some time, I go into details and there are 6 fingers, man. The face has got, the ear is over the side, that side. I'm able to go into details and see that AI generated image is not so perfect as I expect. And then I keep tweaking it. Then I mention the ear is not proper, correct it. Then goes into multiple levels. So my input determines what comes out. So even though the technology has got a lot of potentiality, I can never replace human creativity and ingenuity. So that is the promise and the hope, as Holy Father says. There is hope still. Yes.
The economy involved in all these GPTs or AI tools, though they seemingly free versions, but again you have to take subscribe it. So it's not a thing you have been taking for a time.
Yeah, nothing is free in this world, no? This is completely business world. I didn't go into that element. I just made a mention. From 1950s, AI is in foray. Okay? From 1950s. But now it has taken such an unprecedented speed because lot of corporates are investing into it. Now why corporates are investing into it? It is a data mining. Okay, it is not the simple advertisements that you see in your YouTube or your Instagram, or that is only 20% of the income being generated from online content. What they are mining is your data, your preferences, what you watch, what you do not watch, what you pause to watch. Some videos are there, you are indecisive whether to watch it or not. It is some disturbing content, you want to watch it or not, you are indecisive. After some time you scroll it. You take 2 seconds to scroll it. That comes after 3 seconds, again that video will come again. So every moment, every movement of yours, every choice of yours is being mined. Your data is being calculated. Your data is being monetized. So that is where they are investing so much. And this hype creates many people start using it. In the bargain, they are getting the data. Now we are harnessing it. We know this is going on this way. So we have not stopped using YouTube or Instagram or Facebook. We have not stopped. We know there is a lot of data mining that. But then we are using that platform for evangelization. We are harnessing what is there. I am taking my own cut from there. That's what is available free, I'm making use of it. So that's where I see the balance.
Father, I appreciate your talk. And see, these days, recently, then America Got Talent and couple of visuals on the social media platform. There's a Mother Mary is appearing, Jesus in the cross. And what is this? Is there any rule or something which is being applied, or is it's slightly disturbing?
Yes,
misleading to the faith?
Janit already pointed out, there is no law regulating it yet. Even if there are regulations that are being, there is lot of exceptions being given for the corporate mining. So that is why it is sometimes so disturbing and it is going out of bounds. So that is where our challenge comes. When we create, also it can be manipulated. Our data can be manipulated. That's why we need to be very sure about the security and reliability of the AI tools that we create. Okay, so that challenge is always there. Yes. Thank you for your patient listening.
Thank you, Father, for your beautiful and very energetic, informative session. Thank you once again on behalf of community. Okay.
So now I would like to invite Father Biju Allapad, present. Thank you. And Father Cyril to the dais. Please. Yeah. He is our CBCI head and CCBI. Both the pillars of our Indian Catholic Church are coming. We can give them a round of applause. So they are doing wonderful ministry. So I would like to request Father Cyril to honor our and Father Biju.
Sudipol.
Yeah. Thank you.